I'm the son clerk for that statement. Open meeting law.
Roll call. Clint? Here. Travis? Here. John? Here. Garrett? Here. I'm here. Item 4, all of the following items be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, approval of the following items 4A through 4L.
Make a motion.
Motion by Garrett.
Second.
Second by John. How do you vote, Clint?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes. Item 5, principal reports.
The word of the month for January was humility. We had Mr. Tolson, his robo rails, the high school boys basketball and the high school girls basketball, and Rieta share and let us in Waynoka this month. We had 64 elementary students earn a spot in Rail Club. Vision screening was January 16th through picture day was February 5th. Our 5th and 6th grade teams ended their season last Monday against Timberlake, and both ended with winning records, and they had many improvements this season. Coaches did a great job with our 5th and 6th grade teams, and now we have track, baseball, and softball coming up. Pre-K and kindergarten attended the energizing Stephen Fike concert in Fairview on February 3rd. The weather was perfect to enjoy the afternoon at the park afterwards. Elementary students celebrated the 100th day of school on January 27th with a glow day of fun glowing activities. Timmy the Dreamer, a motivational speaker, his goal is to hit all 50 states within 3 years, and ours was the 15th state he spoke to. But he came and spoke to us and gave us an uplifting message about kindness and the power of it on January 30th. National School Counselor Week was also this past week. We enjoyed showing Mrs. Klein how much she is appreciated, and we're very blessed with such a great counselor. Elementary hosted a glow show on Thursday, February 5th from 4:30 to 7, and many pieces of art were glowing down the hall that evening. Kindergarten sang the national anthem on February 6th after homecoming coronation, and it was fantastic. Some elementary students have shown at livestock shows and judged this past month and have done extremely well, and our local livestock show was February 7th, with our students being very successful there too. FCCLA week is this week, as well as the County Livestock Show, and Mrs. Nix and Mrs. Campbell will take 5th and 6th grades to the Capitol and the National Museum on February 11th. January Railroaders of the Week were Ellison Seeger, Kason Castillo, Avery Brady, Keaton Webb, Marky Litzenberger, James Trissel, Mackie Litzenberger, and Sterling Strait. Valentine parties are starting at 2:30 on February 13th, and then our 4-day work week will start February 23rd with no more Fridays.
Okay, for February for FFA, the Northwest District Livestock Judging Contest was held on February 4th. The local livestock show took place on February 7th. Congratulations to all exhibitors who participated at the local livestock show. Their hard work, dedication, and commitment were evident, and we are proud of the way they represented our school and community. The Woods County Spring Livestock Show will be held February 9th through 10th. The Woodward District Livestock Show is scheduled for February 15th through 24th. National FFA Week will begin on February 23rd. FCCLA students had an outstanding showing at the Regional Star events held on February 3rd in Stroud, Oklahoma. Payson Ashton competed in Focus on Children Level 1, and while she did not place, gained valuable experience. Cynthia Edwards earned second place in Creed Speaking and Interpretation. Riata Boziden placed first place in Focus on Children Level 3. Carol King earned first place in Teacher Train Level 2. Congratulations to Cynthia, Riata, and Caroline, who were advanced to the FCCLA State Star events on March 25th and 26th in Stillwater. A special thank you to Ms. Pitts for her time support and for transporting students to and from the competition. FCCLA week begins today, and FCCLA FCS Day at the Capitol will be held on February 19th. For basketball, the high school boys and girls basketball teams will play Timberlake today, which will be the final regular season game. District basketball will be held on February 13th at Arnett versus Arnett. Girls will play at 6, followed by the boys at 7:30. As this is a 2-team district, both teams will advance to regionals regardless of the outcome. Regional basketball will take place February 19th through 21st. The main regional site is Eric, with Chattanooga serving as the sub-site. Powerlifting will compete at Wacomas on February 11th. Student Council hosted a Cupid Shuffle dance on February 7th at 6:30 in the multi-purpose building. Thank you to Ms. Smith and the Student Council members for organizing and hosting this event. The TSA Western Regional Conference will be held at Alex on February 27th, and National School Counseling Week was February 2nd through 6th, and a sincere thank you to Mrs. Klein for all the hard work, dedication, and support she provides our students in school. Her efforts make a meaningful difference every day.
Thank you, guys. Superintendent report.
All right, going through our finances, if you look at our expenditures for this month in our general fund, it's basically flat. Revenue for this month down slightly, but if you look at our ad valorem, we've collected around $100,000 more than last year, so we're on track to where we need to be in our general fund if you take out the settlements that we got from the previous year. Looking at our building fund, our expenditures were up for this month slightly, but that was due to the multi-purpose awning and a little bit to do with the softball field finishing up out there. Looking at our revenue for this month was essentially flat, and collections so far were where we projected. Looking at our child nutrition, so you can see that our expenditures are up, revenue's down. That was to be expected, so we're about half the year is gone now with our expenditures, so we've gotten 5 months. So right now we are running at a deficit of $50,000, which if this trend continues puts us around $100,000 deficit in our child nutrition, which is where we expect it to be with allowing free lunches. So that can still change and deviate depending on how many you eat. Looking at our daycare expenditures for the month, we are down, but so is our revenue. This is due to enrollments, but if you look, we're halfway through. We have a deficit of $20,000. Not where we want to be, but again, we've closed the gap drastically compared to the previous year. Looking forward, on April 21st will be the next region meeting for OSSBA. It'll be in Woodward, so you guys can check your calendars, let me know in the next week or so if you plan to attend so I can get you registered. That's April 21st in Woodward. Starting a new legislative cycle coming up. I mean, it started. There's just over 400 education-related bills right now, which right now there's always a lot that come out. But March 5th, they'll get out of committee, so we'll start dwindling it down starting on March 5th, and then hopefully by the end of March have a lot smaller pool to assess and go through, and then by the end of May, we should know where we are. Some of the hot topics, they want to make the cell phone ban permanent. You know, that was just a 1 year, and then they give it to the districts the next year. There are going to be a bunch of literacy bills come out, and then adding days to the calendar. Those seem to be kind of the hot topics right now. So we'll look at what comes down. Like I said, that'll be May when that ends, but hopefully before then we'll have a good idea of what's coming out.
Scott. Item 6, discussion and possible action to declare items listed on attachment A as surplus property.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by John, second by Garrett. How you vote, Clint?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes. 7, vote to approve or not to approve the renewal of the Employee Evaluation System, Inc. for OKTLE and McGrell for the 2026-2027 school year.
Move to approve.
Motion by John, second by Clint. How you vote, Clint?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Item 8, does anybody need executive session for the discussion of reemployment of Patricia Burrows?
Yes.
Motion by John, second by Travis. How you vote, Clint?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Item 9, vote to convene, item 10, acknowledge that the board has returned to open session. Item 11, vote to,
Supposed to read that there.
oh, sorry.
The Waynoka Board of Education went into executive session on February 9th, 2026 at 7:09 a.m. to discuss the following personnel decision in compliance with Title 25 OS Section 307B1 of the Oklahoma State Statute. Discussion the reemployment of Patricia Burrow, elementary principal. So the board returned to open session vote regarding reemployment of Patricia Burrow, elementary principal, Title 25 OS Section 307B1. Number 2, to discuss the reemployment of Trey Allen, junior high and high school principals, so that the board can return to open session and vote regarding the reemployment of Trey Allen, junior high and high school principal, Title 25 OS Section 307B1. The board returned to open session at 7:16 a.m. Members present during executive session were Zook, George, Hanson, Olson, Gum. Also present was Scott Klein, superintendent. During the executive session, the board discussed these items and no other items. The matter considered provided by Title 25 OS Section 307B1 of the Oklahoma statutes and discussion the following. Number 1, discuss reemployment of Patricia Burrow, elementary principal, so that the board can return to open session and vote regarding the reemployment of Patricia Burrow, elementary principal, Title 25 OS Section 307B1. Number 2, the discuss the reemployment of Trey Allen, junior high and high school principal, so that the board can return to open session and vote regarding the reemployment of Trey Allen, junior high and high school principal, Title 25 OS Section 307B1.
Thank you, John. All right, so back in open session, item 11, vote to renew, table, or find that reasons may exist not to renew the employment of Patricia Burrow, elementary principal for the 2026-2027 school year.
I recommend that we hire Patricia Burrow.
Make the motion to reappoint.
Motion by Garrett, second by John. How do you vote, Clint?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Item 12, vote to renew, table, or find that reasons may exist not to renew the employment of Trey Allen, junior high and high school principal for the 2026-2027 school year.
Recommend we rehire Trey Allen.
Make the motion to
Hire Trey Allen. Motion by Garrett,
Second.
second by John. How do you vote, Clint?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes. Any new business? Entertain a motion.
Make the motion to adjourn, please.
Motion by Garrett, second by Travis. How do you vote, Clint?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes.